Have the good intentions. Barakallahu fikum. Let's continue here in the Aqidah of Ibn Asakir. We're going to just continue from where we left off, bi'ithnillah. The last statement we read of the author is this one, that he said, La dafi'a lima qada. There is no repeller, pusher, of what he qada, what he ordained. So the qada, it could mean the creating, and it could mean predestining, making everything as it is. وَلَا مَانِعَ لِمَا أَعْطَى. And there is no preventer of what he granted. Okay, we are here. يَفْعَلُ فِي مُلْكِهِ مَا يُرِيدُ. He does in his dominion whatever he wills. So, you know what he does means يَفْعَل. He does means he creates. In his dominion, the dominion then here is something created. That's the creations, his possession. Sometimes mulk, the same word, is used as an attribute of Allah. Then it means his attribute of ownership, his sultan. He does in his dominion ma yurid, whatever he wills. He wills, so you know what he wills means? Means he makes something one way or another. وَيَحْكُمُ فِي خَلْقِهِ بِمَا يَشَاءُ. And he rules his creation as he wills. لَا يَرْجُو ثَوَابًا. Not hoping for reward. لَا يَرْجُو. He doesn't hope. Hoping is not an attribute of Allah. And he doesn't seek any reward. From whom? For what? وَلَا يَخَافُ عِقَابًا. And not fearing retribution. That means not fearing any retaliation, not fearing any punishment. That's mentioned here. The meaning of وَلَا يَخَافُ عِقَابًا. That's mentioned in Surah Shams. وَلَا يَخَافُ عُقْبَاهَا. Allah did not fear any retaliation or repercussion on the part of the tribe of Thamud. He exterminated them. Now, the author said, لَيْسَ عَلَيْهِ حَقٌّ. And our Shaykh added a word here, يَلْزَمُ. So this word in brackets is not originally part of the text, but it's important to add it. There is no binding right on him. لَيْسَ عَلَيْهِ حَقٌّ يَلْزَمُهُ. Now, the most important thing is this Arabic word, haq. So there is no haq on him, is what the author said originally, which we translated as right. And what the author means by this statement is true. It's not the intent that's the problem, it's the wording. Because according to the wording in the Quran, there is a haqq on Allah. And that haqq that's on Allah is a promise that He fulfills. A promise that He fulfills. So not an obligation, but a promise. But it's called the haqq. So if you remove the author's intention and just take his words, it's going to say there is no haqq alayhi, there's no haqq on him. Or you could translate it as over. If you say over, there's no haqq over him, then I think that's one thing. He doesn't have a haqq over him, but if you say on, he doesn't have a haqq on him, because you can say it's on me. This means out of generosity, doesn't mean obligation. On on someone doesn't mean obligation. So the haqq, there's a haqq on Allah alayhi, confirmed in the Quran, which is a promise that he fulfills. Yani the haqq is the promise, fulfilled promise. So to fix that, our Shaykh added a word to the text and put it in brackets. Yalzamuhu, binding. There is no binding right on him. Or, like I was just saying, maybe if you put the word over instead of on, then you don't need to put binding. Because when you say over, then it has different connotation. Just see what it looks like. There is no right over him. That's very clear. There's no problem here. This doesn't contradict what's in the Quran. Yani, this is what the author meant here. We can say it in English, inshallah, but when he says it in Arabic this way, then it's the way it's worded is against the way something is worded in the Quran. وَلَا عَلَيْهِ حُكُمٌ. Nor is there any rule over him. Yes, Allah does not have any obligations, is the meaning. He does not have to do anything. Yani, I was going to say for anyone. Even I don't have to add the word for anyone. He does not have to do anything. He is God. He does not have any obligations. So all of what he did for us is a generosity. And if he inflicts us with anything, then he owns us anyway. So it's not injustice. So some people, it's not easy for them to accept that. They believe either that God does owe them something and he should do something for them, or they don't believe that Allah creates the afflictions and the disasters and the calamities. They negate this from him. So what does monotheism include? Not just saying there's one God, and also not just saying, what else is more than saying there's one God? Also saying this one God is the only creator of everything. That's monotheism, meaning destiny, confirming destiny. You will not have monotheism without confirming destiny. What else? And confirming the justice of Allah, that He is the creator who does whatever He wills. He doesn't have to do anything for anyone. Yeah, He doesn't have to do anything. Why that's important to monotheism in particular? Because, like I just told you, what if a person doesn't believe like that? Then where he's going to go? Which way he's going to go? If he doesn't believe in the justice of Allah, like I just told you, that Allah is the one who creates also the afflictions and the disasters and the calamities, and He owns you and does with you what He wills, then which way someone's going to go if he doesn't believe like that? Then he's going to deny it, for example. So right there, he went out of monotheism. He's going to say, "No, I don't ascribe this to God. This is kufr." Went out of monotheism right there. Or he's going to no, believe that Allah does have responsibilities and Allah owes him something. Then this one, really, he's an atheist. Then when according to him, God doesn't give him what he wants, he would renounce him. وَكُلُّ نِعْمَةٍ مِّنْهُ فَضْلٌ. Every endowment from him is generosity. So, not an obligation. Yani, it's like here, the author got into a chapter. The chapter about the adl, the fairness, the justice of Allah. He has here a section on the knowledge. Subhanallah wa bihamdi. After, if we back up and look at the text here, how did the author start? Started by mentioning that Allah created the world in its entirety. Actually, by telling you that it's obligatory on the accountable person to believe that Allah has won. That's his first thing. Yes. And that Allah created the world. And don't forget, how do you prove that Allah exists? By proving that the world is created. How do you prove that Allah exists? By proving that the world is created. So he talked about the createdness of the world here. Like you saw, heavens and earth he mentioned, and other things. Then he talked about the power of Allah and the will of Allah, and that Allah Ta'ala is not attributed with drowsiness or sleep. So he's negating weakness from Allah. Then he talked about the knowledge of Allah and mentioned that Allah, by clipping, if you want, selecting some excerpts from the Quran and inserting them into his text, and mentioning that Allah is the one who knows the unseen and he knows what is apparent and nothing is hidden from him, etc. He knows the count of all things. Then he went on, he said more. He's doer of whatever he wills, powerful over whatever he wills. Yani, as if he explained one statement by the other, he gave a statement, فَعَالٌ لِمَا يُرِيدُ, doer of whatever he wills. And that's an excerpt from the Quran. He explains, according to the Ash'ari way, قَادِرٌ عَلَى مَا يَشَاءُ, yani as if. Then he has the attribute of mulk here. This is the attribute, al-mulk. Ownership is his. Needlessness is his. Al-izz wal-baqa, the nobility and the everlastingness are his. Godhood. وَلَهُ الْحُكْمُ وَالْقَضَاءُ, and the ruling is his, and the creating is his. وَلَهُ الْأَسْمَاءُ الْحُسْنَى, and his are the best names, the greatest names. Then from there he transitioned into the chapter, if you want, of the justice. And so we got statements like this. لا دافع لما قضى ولا مانع لما أعطى. There is no repeller of what he ordained and no preventer of what he granted. He does in his dominion whatever he wills, and he rules his creation as he wills, not hoping for reward and not fearing retribution. There is no right over him, and nor is there any rule over him. وَكُلُّ نِعْمَةٍ مِّنْهُ فَضْلٌ, every endowment from him is generosity, meaning not an obligation. وَكُلُّ نِقْمَةٍ مِّنْهُ عَدْلٌ, and every punishment from him is just. So the people of the prophetic way say, Allah endows by his generosity and he punishes by his justice. He endows generously and punishes justly. What's the meaning of generously here? Means without obligation. لا يسأل عما يفعل وهم يسألون. He is not questioned about what he does. They are questioned. This is from the Quran also. This verse establishes Allah's authority. He is not questioned about what he does. How would you question someone? Like you say, How come you can do that? Or you might say, how could you do that? That's questioning someone. He is not questioned about what he does. لا يسأل عما يفعل وهم يسألون. They are questioned. We will be questioned on Resurrection Day. So it is not said to Allah, how can you do that? But you might just wonder what is the wisdom for Allah doing something. If someone were to say, why did God do that? It's possible he's just asking, what is the meaning of this? But otherwise, he is not questioned. Yani, what is the explanation of it? What is the wisdom? Not with the meaning of, what kind of doing is this? Yes. Then the author went to exalting Allah from the attributes of the creations. He said, موجود قبل الخلق, existent prior to creation. ليس له قبل ولا بعد, not having a before nor an after. Doesn't have a before, meaning he exists beginninglessly, nor an after, so he exists everlastingly. ولا فوق ولا تحت, nor an over, nor an under. So it means he doesn't have a top or a bottom. ولا يمين ولا شمال, nor a left, nor a right, nor a left. ولا أمام ولا خلف, nor a front, nor a rear. ولا كل ولا بعض, nor a whole, nor a part. All of those are attributes of the creations. And what else? He is not inside, nor is he outside. And he is not moving, nor is he still. And he is not touching something, nor is he separate from something. All of that is created. ولا يقال متى كان ولا أين كان ولا كيف. And it is not said, when was he? Nor where was he? Nor how. It is not said, Yani, this question is irrelevant. Which is, when was he? Why that's irrelevant? Because this implies time. And he is the creator of time. So he existed and there was no time. So then when is not applicable. He existed and when was not applicable. ولا أين ولا أين كان, nor is it said, where was he? Because he is the one who created the places. So he existed and there wasn't any place. The one who exists without a place. Imam al-Rifa'i said, this is amongst the limits of what your mind can comprehend about God, that he exists without a place. He said, غاية المعرفة بالله الإيقان بوجوده تعالى بلا كيف ولا مكان. The extent of comprehending God's existence is confirming that he exists, but without a how and without a place. So, yani, we say place. There's also another relevant word if you want to talk about place, which is direction. So without a place means without a direction. What are the directions? Up, down, left, right, front, back. 6 of them. No direction. All of that is created. The directions are created. Allah created this world as an expanse. It is this universe that we talked about in the previous lessons. It's a self-existing expanse. That's the place. The creation is the place. Yani, place is a creation. Allah has not created. He existed eternally with no beginning. So it is not asked, Aina kan, where was he? Wala kayf, nor how. Yani, this question, how, also is not applicable to God. Yani, it doesn't have an answer. The question is not applicable. You cannot say how God is. It doesn't have an answer. Meaning he does not have a how. How does not apply. Uh, you can put some other words there too, like mode. He doesn't have a mode, or way. He doesn't have some way about him. Which way is he? This way or that way? He doesn't have a way. That's what it means. That's what it means to say he doesn't have a how. There is no how, and no place, and no time for Allah. This is reality here. This is not superstition. This is science. The Prophet ﷺ did not come with anything that goes against the sound mind. Kana wala makan. The author said he was, and there was no place. Kawan al akwan. He gave being to the beings. Yani he created creations after they weren't existing, meaning things were not existing. He brought them forth into being from nothingness. وَدَبَّرَ الزَّمَانِ. And he controlled time. Yani he created time. What's time? Time is the comparison of events. What are events? Events are things that happen. So you compare one event to another event. By that you measure time. Like you compare the sunrise to the sunset. You compare the hand of the clock pointing to one number to it pointing to another number. You compare one event to another event. That's time. Allah exists without time. لا يتقيد بالزمان. He is not bound by time. ولا يتخصص بالمكان. Nor is he designated with place or specified to a place. So he is not a body, and he is not made of atoms. ولا يشغله شأن عن شأن. And no issue distracts him from another. No issue, nothing, no affair distracts him from something else. Meaning, he controls everything at once. Uh, without being distracted. Then this proves that he doesn't have a body. Because the one who gets distracted is the one who has a body. Because you'll be doing something, and that prevents you from doing something else. So you'll be driving, and then you're trying to text, and then next thing you know, someone's honking the horn behind you. You got distracted. Allah controls everything all at once, all of what's in the skies, all of what's in the seas. Just look at the cars that go past you. What's going on inside each car? This one, listen to his radio. This one, Allahu Alam, talking on the phone. Allah creates everything. وَلَا يَلْحَقُهُ وَهْمٌ. No delusion can grasp him, can catch him. I'm going to say catch. Yalhaq means to go after. وَلَا يَلْحَقُهُ وَهْمٌ. No delusion can catch him. Yani, imagination. He cannot be imagined. وَلَا يَكْتَنِفُهُ عَقْلٌ. No mind can enclose him. Yani, no mind, no one can wrap their mind around him. No one can wrap his mind around God. وَلَا يَتَخَصَّصُ بِالذِّهْنِ. And he is not determined by thought. Now, you cannot know his reality. وَلَا يَتَمَثَّلُ فِي النَّفْسِ. And nor is he represented, yani depicted in the self. لا يتمثل في النفس. He is not depicted in the self. Meaning you cannot imagine him. لا يتمثل. He doesn't take shape in the mind. That's like what Allah told us in the Quran about how Gabriel came to Mary. فَتَمَثَّلَ لَهَا بَشَرًا سَوِيًّا. He took form for her. He came to her in the form of a perfect human. تَمَثَّلَ لَهَا. That's the same word. تَمَثَّلَ لَهَا. The angel took form for her as a human. So here the author is saying, لا يتمثل في النفس. Allah is not depicted, does not take form in the mind, nor taking form in the self. ولا يتصور في الوهم. Nor depicted in delusion. So the wahm, delusion, could mean imagination, and it could mean mistake too. Wahm. In particular, the wahm is the mistake that you would swear you were right about, but you are wrong. Like in your own mind, you can see it. You're so sure you're right, but you are wrong. That's wahm. وَلَا يَتَكَيَّفُ فِي الْعَقْلِ. Nor is he modified in the mind. يتكيف, to take somehow. لا تلحقه الأوهام والأفكار. He is not caught by delusions or thoughts. I use caught here. That's good. تلحقه also, where I just fixed it now. لا يلحقه. He is not caught by delusions or thoughts. The awham, delusions, the afkar, thoughts. Yani, all these statements mean the same thing. You cannot imagine him, you cannot know his reality by your mind. What do you know? You know what is necessary to say about him. That he exists, that he has no beginning, he has no end, he has no likeness, he has no requirement, he has no partner, that he is alive and knowledgeable and powerful, and knowing and powerful and willing and hearing and seeing and speaking, unlike the creation. And you know what's impossible to say about him. It's impossible that he does not exist, or has a beginning, or comes to an end, or has a partner, or requires something, or uh, has a likeness, or would die, or be ignorant, or weak, or forced, or deaf, or blind, or mute. All that's impossible. And you know what is possible to say about God, which is that he can create something or not. Okay, but his reality you cannot know. ليس كمثله شيء وهو السميع البصير. Unlike him, is there anything? And he is the hearer, the seer. Unlike him, is there anything? Yani, nothing is like him. In any way. Why I worded it this way? Because Laysa, that's negation. So I wanted to put the negation in the front if I could. Laysa kamithlihi shay. Unlike him, is there anything? And shay, anything, is at the end. Laysa kamithlihi shay. So anything at the end. So I just tried to follow the word order there. Unlike him, is there anything? Yani, nothing is like him. وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْبَصِيرُ. And he is the hearer, the seer. So nothing is like him, then it means he's not a body or shape or form. He exists without a place or direction. And he's not a color. But he exists and he has attributes such as hearing and seeing and other attributes that are necessary to be confirmed for him. And by that, we just finished the Aqidah of Ibn Asakir. See how brief that was?